Okay, so let's talk about Kiara and her situation right now. So, for those of you who don't know, and I'm pretty sure most of you do know, Kiara is from Hololive Myth, Hololive EN. She debuted. She's great. She's fantastic. The best manager you could ever ask for KFP, of course. And recently, she's been shadow banned. If you don't know what a shadow ban is basically when a YouTuber or somebody on YouTube when they get shadow banned, the viewers or the subscribers don't get any notifications. It's basically she's off the grid while not being off the grid. It's like being banned, but at the same time not being banned. So that's a shadow ban, and most YouTubers actually go through some shadow bans themselves. I don't know why. It's just YouTube being YouTube. Their system is hella weird. The algorithm is so complex and so out of whack and so out of touch, and it's beyond what our minds could comprehend. Sometimes it does things that we just don't know why they do it. So this time they shadow banned her, and recently she's re-debuted, which is funny because I joined that stream as well. I joined her re-debut stream where she debuted in German. It's Hololive German is what the joke is. What's funny about this is that she's already debuted a second time. So this is her third re-debut, and she's really living up to the name of Phoenix. She rises from the ashes no matter what people may throw at her or no matter what YouTube throws at her. So I don't even know why she was banned the first time, because there was a time where her channel got terminated straight up. Like, it wasn't there. It's only for a few hours, but we know the legendary story. She came back up after Callie had some strong words for YouTube, had a strong conversation with YouTube, and then after that, we know that the best manager and her channel got reinstated. At that point, she re-debuted. She had a small case of amnesia, even forgetting who Callie was. And then as soon as she kept repeating Callie, her memories came back. All of a sudden, it was cute. It was adorable. It was very clever. I love that second debut. It really lived up to her VTuber persona, which is she's a Phoenix. Well, a couple weeks ago, she got shadow banned. And that's when, of course, I already explained that. She got shadow banned there, and we couldn't see anything. And it was really sad. It sucked. We actually did a Nags review or Nags Discovers episode. I don't know if you guys have seen Nags' video on that, but I'm in it, and we were talking about that, and it's actually really sad. We were like, well, what can we do to help her out? Well, it's like this video in itself will help her out quite a bit, so I'm glad that we were able to upload that video at just the perfect moment to get the Kiara stands a little bit of a boost. She's the literal embodiment of Phoenix down. That is correct. That is correct. We also have another VTuber in the Hololive umbrella that has had this happen to her, and that is, Mel. And Mel was shadow banned before for different reasons, and well, we don't even know the main reason. YouTube doesn't tell us why they're shadow banned. They just are. You can kind of tell, your analytics definitely show that you're shadow banned, just to see like, oh, my content isn't hitting the algorithm, the streams aren't being notified. Has the reason been giving to Hololive streams on YouTube as opposed to Twitch? So that's a good question. Why do Hololivers go to YouTube instead of going to Twitch? And I think the main reason why is they basically just grew their entire following on YouTube, so most of them know them on YouTube. Alongside that, I think because they're based off in Japan, they don't really like Twitch too much, from my understanding, and they like YouTube much more. It's a lot more international, a lot more universal throughout most countries. And they prefer YouTube overall for streaming and for uploads and for doing all sorts of that stuff. And it kind of works, to be honest, because you can just hop from stream to stream on YouTube. Like, you haven't seen this Hololiver? Well, check out this Hololiver. Besides, YouTube is also really good for VODs. VODs on Twitch are atrocious. YouTube actually puts the VODs in the algorithm if they're good enough, and they just keep circulating. Once you stop streaming on Twitch, it's done. It's over. You're not going to grow anymore unless for some weird reason your VOD or your clip gets recommended when somebody just happens to be searching for VODs or happens to be watching VODs at the time on Twitch. But YouTube is a different story. They are on top of VODs being promoted on different occasions when you're surfing Twitch, or when you're surfing YouTube, I mean. So that's nice. Also, because Twitch right now has a little bit of a DMCA issue, and they don't really like content creators having any sort of control when it comes to their VODs and when it comes to taking out the content that is DMCA-able, it's kind of a threat, and I don't think anybody should be moving to Twitch currently. I think if you do have a following on Twitch, go for it. But if you have a big thing that's already established on YouTube, then you shouldn't come over to Twitch, to be honest. I think you should just stay with YouTube. Plus, I think YouTube right now, when it comes to making money, does better than Twitch. This was a big discussion that happened recently as well. It was the whole splitting revenue between Twitch and the content creator. I think Twitch, because Twitch takes about 50% of the sub revenue. So if you guys are subbing to the channel here on Twitch, that it usually takes $4.99. That $4.99 gets split in half. I get half of that. Twitch gets the other half. It's 50-50. It's kind of messed up. The more I think about it and the more I contemplate on it, it's kind of messed up. YouTube is not as great as, Twitch, but it's like 45, 55, 40, 60 around there. Or it's like 30% of super chats or something like that goes to YouTube or some nonsense. So yeah, it's something that's to be, I think what they have right now is good. I don't think Twitch is the greatest solution when it comes to international VTuber content. Oh, by the way, yeah. So to end it off with Kiara, all the shadow banning, all this other things have resulted in 2 months of streams and 2 months of content completely being erased. I don't know if they were privated or they were just straight up erased by YouTube. So the past 2 months, her streams are no longer there. Maybe if, clipped it or you save the VODs and such. So you can probably try and look for her VODs or her clips from 2 months, for the past 2 months on YouTube somewhere, which is primarily one of the main reasons why I like clippers, because sometimes there's YouTube messes up. They basically deconstruct everything you tried to work for, and that's why clippers are there, to be like, oh, hey, here's the time where she did this, and it's no longer there officially, but we do have the memory saved. That's kind of cool. I don't know what it is, man. There's like nothing. Content creators are not safe. VTubers, YouTubers, Twitch streamers, nowhere is safe, officially safe. Nobody can actually feel safe on the internet, to be honest. Nowhere. That's one of the bad things about making your living on the internet. It's sad.